Hey guys, welcome to back to another episode of taking Weezing to the top of the online rank ladder. Last time we lost our final game and we didn't make it into the Ultra Ball rank, but this time I'm very hopeful we can make it there. Goodra was the new addition from last time. It did do quite well in its first game. Didn't do so well in the second game thanks to that taunt Incineroar, but it now has another chance for redemption. Hopefully we can get 2 wins in a row, and that'll put us straight into Ultra Ball tier, and then we're just a stone throw away from Master Rank, where things get a bit more serious. Alright, and here's our first match. We're versing an Ewok. This looks like a very interesting team. Man, I don't even know where to start about this one. Palafin is not very good here. Close combat does a good work to Arcaladon. We can hit everything with Palafin. It may be worth bringing Palafin. A lot of special attackers, so I'm less interested in using Goodra. Sinistra doesn't really want to go up against a lot of these. If there's a nice move on Melodic, we're in trouble. As always, Weezing starting us off. Outside of Arcaladon, I don't see a reason why we don't just go full offense with Slacking. That will be a Focus Sash Lilligant, so we are going to have to get a double attack into it. I am worried that if I try and use Slacking right off the bat, I will just lose it. So I think it may actually be worth using Incineroar, and then with the Incineroar getting a Fake Out off and going from there. Slacking is obviously our next Pokemon, and last choice, I actually think we're doing another Goodra game. I think the Goodra is good here. It does have naturally very high special defense, so I don't mind running it into these special attackers. As long as we can get rid of that Lilligant, I think it's in a good spot. It can set up some shelters if it wants to, but it can do good damage with its heavy slam into the Hatterene. Not sure how its name's pronounced. Alright, Lilligant and Arcaladon. Very interesting start. We do get the Intimidate on the Lilligant, so I'm no longer worried about this Lilligant one-shotting me. I do think we have to go for the Will-O-Wisp on Arcaladon, because I do think it is just going to go straight for that body press on Incineroar. It doesn't threaten the one-shot, we know that. Is it Terra Ghost? That would be very interesting. It is a Lilligant. It is Terra Ghost. There you go. Slacking Sucker Punch just became a whole lot better against this Pokemon. It may go for after you. Or after me. Oh, it goes straight for the Sleep Powder on Weezing, and it gets it. So that is unfortunate. And Thunderwave Arcaladon. This is a very interesting team. Very interesting team. We are going to leave Weezing out. Neither of these Pokemon are threatening a lot of damage on the Weezing. So I think we're just going to stay in. We're going to go for that. And we are just going to go straight for the knockoff on the Lilligant. My Incineroar is a bit faster, so I should still outspeed Arcaladon. And even if Lilligant switches out, the beauty of... yeah, here we go. The beauty of knockoff is we're going to get rid of whatever item this Melodic has. Body press is solid. It is annoying. Melodic loses its Shell Bell. And that's the second turn of Weezing being asleep. So 30% to wake up turn 1, it's a 50% to wake up this turn. I don't believe Arcaladon and Melodic can get rid of Weezing. I am just going to do that. And I'm going to Parting Shot into this Melodic. It does look like this Arcaladon is a support set. So I think our game plan is to ignore Arcaladon and just go for the kill on this part of the Pokemon slot. If we can just clean it out, I think we win. And in fact, given the movesets we've seen now, I actually think we can quite safely set up with Goodra for a free win. They've used their Terror. If we get this Will-O-Wisp off, yeah, Weezing hits. Weezing is coming in clutch. He is being such a good boy today. Our Caledon's burnt, so now we are really not threatened. I think we now follow this up with a Taunt, and we can just go straight for a Shelter. Even if it starts snarling, that's not really going to matter. Even if Melodic gets a burn off, that's not really going to matter. It does get the Thunder Wave. If anything was to be paralyzed, I think Goodra's the best one. I actually prefer this to a burn. Weezing's nice and bulky. I don't want Weezing burnt. And our Goodra's now setting up its shelters. So this is good. Our Caledon is leftovers. I did think as much. I'm not sure where the Assault Vest is then. I think we may as well go for the burn on the Melodic. I do think Melodic wants to switch out. And I think because this Caledon cannot threaten Goodra, it's quite safe for another Shelter. If Melodic does stand, we just get a free burn off. It'll be switching out for Lilligant right now. I did think of going for a Sludge Bomb into that slot for the prediction of the year, but it wasn't worth the risk. Copying Goodra's stat changes, and now it's on a timer. So this Melodic does have boosted defenses. Goodra doesn't get another +1, so that is annoying. We will protect Weezing this turn, I think. Actually, it might be worth having a look. So Psych Up did get rid of its negatives to its attack, and did just boost its... I think just getting some damage off with Heavy Slam may be the play here. I don't think a close combat from Lilligant will kill me, and I don't think Melodic has anything that it can threaten me with. That was a very interesting play. They are doubling into the Weezing. They do want this Weezing gone. I think they're a bit sick of him right now. Lilligant's now on half. This Melodic is now on a timer. I do think even if they double into Weezing right now, he will survive because he has the Citrus. And I think it is worth taunting this Melodic once again. Did we taunt it last time? No, we taunted the Caledon, that's right. Sludge Bomb, actually I think we'll pick up Lilligant now, and we can try go for one more Shelter. I think with this extra Shelter, we'll start threatening a lot of damage. Didn't do a lot. I now think that we'll get the kill on the Lilligant. Maybe not actually, because we do have a neg onto our Weezing. Weezing now heals back up with the Citrus Berry, and we should survive this Scald. We do. As long as we don't get the burn, we don't. Fantastic. And we get another Shelter. So now Caledon's setting up. It is quite a threat now. I think we now just protect. Now the question is, do we think Lilligant's going to stay in? Weezing is running out of time here, so slacking is actually going to be quite bad if we don't. That's why they're close combating. They're trying to catch the slacking switch in. So I think we bring Splacking in now. And we go for one last Shelter. So now Lilligant won't be able to attack Slacking because we do have that Sucker Punch. Goodri's just taking absolutely no damage. Goodri's completely set up now. But now it's starting to deal with its leftovers. I think he now realises that he's in a bit of trouble. All we need to do now is pick up this kill on the Lilligant. And I think a body press into Melodic, as long as we aren't paralysed, should do the job. Lilligant should now redirect into Slacking. We don't really mind. I think the next turn, yeah, there we go. Free kill on the Lilligant. I think next turn we'll bring Weezing back in, assuming Slacking survives. If Slacking goes down right now, we'll just go straight back into Weezing. Doesn't overly matter if they get the burn now. There it is. And that's the end of the Melodic. So they're now down to their last two Pokemon. We know one of them's Arcaludon. It all depends on the final Pokemon. The Arcaludon is burnt. It cannot really threaten with body press on Goodra anymore. Goodra is just far too set up for that. It all depends on this last Pokemon. It is Hatterene. I think we go for as much damage on this Hatterene as we can. Because even if Slacking goes down, I think this Hatterene is our biggest threat. We are unfortunately the slowest on field. But I do think that in the back, our damage will be enough to clean up. I do think even though Incineroar is very low, I do think we have a win. So Goodra has, once again, shown how useful it can be. It is all set up. This is provided, I mean, this game isn't over, don't get me wrong. We could get paralysed. Yeah, it's doing no damage, so it's all on how much damage this Hatterene does to us. It may Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, there it is. But I don't think the Dazzling Gleam is enough. Life Orb Hatterene. So it does do decent damage. We do have the Heavy Slam for it. It is super effective. I think we just go for a Fake Out and then we switch Incineroar out for Weezing the following turn. Then we get another Fake Out. So we'll get a few shots to hit into this Hatterene. Even if it is using Protect, we do have some counterplay to it. So Heavy Slam this turn. And even if we get paralysed, there's the Protect. It is going to need us to be fully paralysed a few times. Now, because we're not using Body Press, and because it's not using a physical move, I'm actually going to Parting Shot into Hatterene, because it has Magic Bounce, but if we turn Magic Bounce off, like so, oh, there you go, battle was cancelled. We could turn Magic Bounce off, we could Parting Shot it to reduce its stats, and then bring Goodra back in, and then Goodra can still just go for the Heavy Slams. It is just a way to reduce its stats, and then get another Fake Out turn after that. So team played well. This is the scary part about best of ones, is we do fight some strange teams. A fast Thunder Waving Arcaludon is not what I had on my list of things to fight today, but we nevertheless got the win. Alright, Battle 2. Another rank 9. Again, this is our match to get into the next rank. This is a very interesting looking team. Looks like they've got Tailwind, they've got Intimidate, Thunder Wave, Sand. This team looks like it can do everything. We do thankfully have a lot of options against this team. I'm not sure if I want to bring Palafin. Palafin does well against Volcarona, does well against Garchomp, and it does well against Tyranitar. Goodra doesn't really want to face up against Garchomp. Cinderal's not overly thrilled about it either. Sinistcha can go against Garchomp quite well. With some support, Goodra can do it. I imagine it's Life Orb Garchomp, they're quite popular at the moment. I think we will open with Slacking. And Incineroar, we can just go for the Terra Double Edge. I think we just start picking up KOs with that pretty quickly. If they open with Rillaboom, we can always switch into Incineroar to intimidate it, and then Parting Shot out. The third Pokemon is the Pokemon that's open to question. I do think out of all of these, well, looks like we'll be experiencing whatever this is. Ran out of time. Wasn't paying close enough attention to the clock. That was my poor play. Let's see if we can bring this back. Playing on the back foot. Tyranitar and Whimsicott. Incineroar and Goodra. This honestly isn't a bad situation at all. I do think the double up into Tyranitar is the play here. It may protect, but they're usually Assault Vest, so I think this could be a better play. We could also double into the Whimsicott, but I'm honestly not worried about the support right now. This may be Terra Ghost, and that's why we've gone for the knockoff if it is. It is the Terra Ghost, so Goodra has wasted its turn right now, but this knockoff is really strong. He does get the Tailwind up, that's okay, we can slow this down. As long as he doesn't flinch my Incineroar, we're going to be going well. I imagine that's a Choice Scarf. No, Leftovers, a bulky Tyranitar. Always cool to see. Now, Whimsicott, if it was Focus Sash, its Focus Sash has now been broken. And Tyranitar is now taking damage from its own Sandstorm. My Leftovers are proccing, so I'm healing. Goodra's going to be back to full health next turn. We have Slacking without. Okay. Slacking is just going to have to be a pivoting tool. I think one more knockoff into Tyranitar's the play. I actually think Whimsicott may go for Encore. Alright, it's going for the Helping Hand. It wants to one-shot this Incineroar, but Slacking can come in and Sucker Punch. Incineroar misses, Incineroar is the goat. There's a reason this thing is the most used. Somehow Tyranitar survives, but it's just going down to the Leftovers, and that Whimsicott is now incredibly low. They're down the Tyranitar, they're down the Whimsicott. Well, not quite the Whimsicott. Whimsicott set up the Tailwind. I do want to get rid of the Whimsicott before Tailwind expires completely. I do think this is a great time to bring in Slacking in Incineroar's spot. parting shot into the Gyarados is going to be fantastic here. Heavy slam into Whimsicott. Goodra is actually looking like it's a perfect Pokemon to take this game home with. It's not doing anything. It does pick up my Incineroar. And we now get their Whimsicott. So the beauty is, most Gyarados, they do carry Taunt. This is actually a great time for Sinistcha to come in, honestly. Sinistcha is going to do a lot of work. Not against that, though. The last Pokemon that we don't want to see, we just saw. Sinistcha's Terra type will help us out here. I do think we are actually in a very bad spot. They are out of Tailwind. Volcarona is not super threatening on Goodra. Slacking will have to come in here. And I think we are going to protect, and then we are going to try and double edge into that Volcarona. I think that is the play we're going to have to make. If they start setting up Quiver Dances and Dragon Dances, we are in a lot of trouble. I am hoping this is a support Gyarados, which is the most common kind. I would imagine it's Taunting. And Outrage on the Gyarados. Very interesting. I do think we'll be able to kill the Gyarados actually with a double edge. And then we may be able to win with Sinistcha. If we can clear out the Volcarona. I imagine Volcarona protects here, right? You don't imagine it doesn't. Let's go for this. Ooh, Shelter. Yeah, that's what I expected. I do think Sinistcha will be okay. Oh, they've got the double protect. I think we allow Slacking to go down here. And they will assume that I'm protecting Goodra, so they may double into the Slacking slot. So I do think we could get another free Shelter off. Heatwave comes out, Goodra takes it really well, Slacking goes down, Goodra gets burnt. That is really bad news for me. The Outrage does come out. Doesn't do a lot, but the problem is now that that damage has gone off, there's not a lot I can do to save it. We do heal it a bit with the Hospitality, so we're not taking heaps from the Gyarados. The only question is, can we get rid of this Volcarona? That is the million-dollar question. Terrify here. we will take the heat waves really well. Maybe, if we can kill the Gyarados, there is a way back into this. Maybe. We are burnt, so body press is also reduced in damage. It may be worth. Yeah, I think the Calm Mind is the play here. And then we hit into the Gyarados. We aren't in a very good spot at all. Sinistcha is very bulky physically. After this Calm Mind, it will have decent special defense as well. Unfortunately, I have no way to heal anymore. Sinistcha avoiding, it's very nice. Gudra takes it fairly well. And Gudra will take this as well. It's not doing a lot. Gyarados is now confused, so it may not be over. If we can get a match of Gotcha Burn, we could still be in a very good spot against the Gyarados. The only problem is we have no real way to damage his Volcarona at all. So it's essentially a dream right now to win this. Sinistcha takes that very well. It won't take a waterfall from Gyarados. I think that may be the game if it gets it off. It does get his waterfall off. It does clean up the Sinistcha. I do think that crit matters, as Sinistcha has 160. But this loss was on me. I didn't get my team selected in time. We should win matches like this. It is a shame to see that disappear and go. So I think I am going to play one more, so we're at least going to finish on a good spot, because that was not a good match to finish on at all. I need to make my decisions quicker and to be a bit more confident when I select the Pokemon. So let's have one more match before this episode is done. Okay. Hey Dondozo team, these never really want to fight us. I do believe we can just go straight on the offensive with Weezing and Slacking. I almost want to bring Sinistcha. Weezing and Slacking very strong opening. Incineroar in the back, as we can get those Intimidates off. Actually, I actually think we might just open like this. Because if we can get a Protect Parting Shot into Golden Go, for example. Actually, no, I do think Slacking Incineroar. Because if they don't open with that, it could be worth just going hard into the attack. Dragonite doesn't do well against Gudra. His Hisuian Zoroark is really interesting. I think we are fine against it though. It doesn't like fighting dark types at all, which we have a fair few of. I do think the Palafin is actually the better choice. So we're going to do the Palafin opening like that I like to do, and then we'll have those two in the back. The core four that we used to use, I think it's the best time to use them again. Palafin's close combat does offer a lot of damage, and I do want his priority Jet Punch. It could be very helpful against the Hisuian Zoroark. That thing does have base 110 speed, it is faster than all of my Mons. Sucker Punch does threaten it though, but that's only if they know I have Sucker Punch. Tatsugiri Golden Go. Very interesting to see. What is also going to be interesting to see is, do they expect me to just Terra Water Wave Crash straight into their Golden Go for a kill turn 1? Because that's what I think I want to do. Golden Go protects and they go for the Draco, I could be in a lot of trouble. So I think we may just flip turn instead. Yeah, flip turn I think is the better choice. They're not protecting, I could have just taken a nice clean one shot. They don't know that. It is choice Scarf Tatsugiri. That is very important to know. And Incineroar will come out here. Now that Golden Go is now within Sucker Punch range. So we will fake out the Tatsugiri. In fact, I think we'll actually knock off the Tatsugiri. No, we do need to fake out this turn, and then the next turn we can knock off. A Will-O-Wisp going into that slot I think is the best move. Imagine Terra goes Tatsugiri. That would absolutely blow my mind. And it would be the play of the century. If they do bring out a physical attacker here, like a Dragonite or something, that is going to be huge for us. No, it is their own Incineroar. We don't get the burn. That's another burn prediction, I guess, that we failed. I do want to knock this Tatsugiri off, but I feel like he's just going to fake out into my Incineroar. Honestly, I would do that, but it's not really safe to switch. So we are just going to go for the knockoff into their Tatsugiri. They do go for the fake out. That's also what I would do. They do Draco again. I do think Slacking can take one. And then I'm going to Parting Shot their Incineroar. So the Intimidate will come out. Tatsugiri will get its Draco off into Slacking, but then the next turn we threaten the clean one-shot on Incineroar. That is amazing that we get Slacking out for free. We do lose our Life Orb, but we still threaten a lot of damage. I almost want to go Palafin here, so I am. And then I'm going to Sucker Punch into Tatsugiri and switch back into Weezing. I should move in first. Well, that was a very poor Sucker Punch. We do finally get to see the last Pokemon. If it was Dondozo, that's a very interesting choice. It is Dragonite. That is very good to know. We do reveal the Sucker Punch, which is unfortunate. So, Choice Scarf Tatsugiri, they're not ever going to go for the merge, so that is very good information to know. Can they kill my Weezing? No, they cannot. I can intimidate them. I can protect and then hopefully get another Pokemon back in. Palafin does a lot of work here. So now we know it's going for Trick, or it has to switch. So this is a really good spot for us to be. We now know it is choice locked into Trick. So whatever goes into that slot is going to take a lot of damage. And we should be able to get the burn off onto this Dragonite now. This could be Incineroar. Nope, it's the Tatsugiri. So this will be the Golden Go gone. I think the Golden Go is the only real threat to Weezing. He will bring in his Incineroar now. And he will go for the fake out, I believe. I will just switch straight into Slacking. Slacking goes down, Slacking goes down. Actually, no, I can't. I need the Slacking for... So it all comes down to, does this Tatsugiri get the one shot on my Palafin or not? It does not. That is huge. Now the next question is, how much damage does my Palafin do to Tatsugiri? The Incineroar stays in. I just win by one-shotting it. He should switch out the Incineroar to Dragonite, in which case I think if I double into this Tatsugiri, we're in a very good spot. Oh no, he is going to switch in the Dragonite to this. We do lose Palafin. Which means Extreme Speed Dragonite may threaten the one-shot on my... Slacking, so that's not good. But I think if I can get the burn off, we should be good. He'll want to switch Incineroar out. Actually, I don't think he does pick up the kill. I think we're okay at this stage. I think if we can get the Tatsugiri out, I think the Fake Out will be enough. Sorry, the Fake Out. The Sucker Punch should be enough to kill the Tatsugiri. It's all if I can kill this Dragonite in time or not. We may need a crit here, unfortunately. Or we may need the Double Protect. The Double Protect may also give it to us. No! We got the crit! That is massive! We know Tatsugiri is Choice Scarfed, so we know it has to use Draco. The reason we know it's Choice Scarfed is because it's faster than other Pokemon. So it all comes down to if we do enough damage with Sucker Punch. It all depends if we get this kill with Sucker Punch or not. Tatsugiri, not known for its bulk. This one will be even less bulky as it is Choice Scarf. We don't have the damage. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of the next episode. Unfortunately, we're just seeming to be holding rank right now, so not doing too well. Holding in rank 9, but I think we are now below the midway point, so we are going to require 3 wins to get us into the next rank. So, I'll see you all in the next episode.